bad dating profiles that scare good men away. This is all I don't want. Not what I'm looking for, but I don't want this. Thank you so much for joining us today on Second Act TV. Welcoming back Treva Brandon Scharf, the dating coach and relationship expert, and the author of Done Being Single. Great book, pick it up. Treva, thank you so much for being here again.
Thank you. Love it, as always.
I'm really looking forward to our conversation today. Bad dating profiles that scare good men away. I mean, great title. Had to check that out.
Yeah.
And it was by a woman. She's a great writer on Medium. And she said that she recently had come across a TikTok video from a woman who advocates creating bitchy dating profiles. And this is all I don't want. Not what I'm looking for, but I don't want this. And it says hookups, hey, what's up, or you up messages, anyone who's living life to the fullest, a 55-year-old man who wants kids someday, anyone whose profile is written in second person directive, such as, you should be fun, loving, honest, easygoing, you should be fit, anyone who's easily offended by dark humor, texting maniacs, and party boys in all iterations. So that here's that list. That's how her profile started. And these are all basically what she, the writer, calls here scare tactics. And that's what we want to talk about here. This whole profile is like a masterclass in what not to do. So scare tactic number one, the way that she identifies it, is you lead with negativity. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That, this is a trait men definitely don't want.
No, it's really unattractive, and it's not endearing, and it's not going to make anybody want to know you. There is something called the burn the haystack method. Have you heard about that?
Okay. I have, and I thought about that when I read this.
That's what I thought about, and which I understand. So you want to, in order to get the needle in the haystack, right? You got to burn the haystack down. Okay, you got to burn the mother down. Okay, I don't know about that. I just don't know about that. I kind of, first of all, do not start off with on a negative foot, because what you're doing is you're saying, I want you all to jump through these hoops, which nobody wants to do.
No, she gives a good example here. Imagine going into a restaurant and telling the waitress, yeah, I'm hungry, but here's what I don't want. Yeah, I thought that was great. And at any time I see, anything I don't want, that immediate turn off, just
turn off,
no matter what the situation is, dating or otherwise. Yeah. Here's a good one. Scare tactic number two. You don't want the job. That nowhere in this dating profile did she mention what she brings to the table.
As much as it is a job interview, it's not a job interview. Okay. So this is a dialogue. This is a get to know you, get to know me, a little bit of me. Here's a little bit of me. Here's what I'm looking for, a little bit within reason, right? You don't have to hit somebody over the head with, I need all of these things, and not talk about here's what I bring. This is your moment to shine. This is your profile. This is what the world is going to see. You want to present your best. You want to go your best foot forward and your best face forward. So why wouldn't you want to, say, here's who I am.
Number three here, great point, that you complain. This whole profile, she basically outlines every bad date she ever had or what she's experienced. And that's the last thing, that men want to hear, or men want, is a complainer. Yeah, dating sucks. Complain to your girlfriends, complain, to your therapist, but don't complain on your dating app, your dating profile.
No. That's like saying no drama, which is also a no. Yeah. Because that says that you've had a lot of it.
Yes.
Okay, she doesn't want drama. I mean, who does? But obviously this woman has had her share of it, and that's not a good sign, because that makes me feel like I'm going to be stepping into chaos. Again, this is your moment to shine. Your bio is your moment to shine, not to complain, not to bitch, not to moan about. You can do that on your dates, I
Yeah.
guess. Just don't do it on your profile.
Yeah, that'll get you a second date. Well, and you brought up a good point, the no drama. That's actually something that I think I found, and maybe I'm wrong, is that men do more so than women. The no drama is I heard that so many times or read
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it is like, well, what are you looking, what does that mean? You're just telling me again, what you don't want, and that you've had plenty of it in your life, to your point. Number 4 here, I like that, sarcasm. She states that anyone who doesn't get dark humor, she doesn't, if it doesn't get it. Well, I love this here. Most often, if people don't get your humor, it's because you're not funny.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's true. Sarcasm is so difficult to convey unless you're really, really good at it. That's something you should never do on your dating profile.
Probably not. I mean, so much gets lost in translation
Mm-hmm.
anyway. It could be
Mm-hmm.
misinterpreted. And by the way, not everybody's a comedy writer. Trying to convey sarcasm or irony can be tricky.
Absolutely, and that was my huge problem also with the haystack thing, because we did a segment on that. Is it's all about sarcasm. The woman that wrote this and started up, it was just a flash in the pants. It came, there was tons of women read it. Then she started a page, and now it's like just a bitch session on. I mean,
Yes.
it's really kind of sad.
Yeah.
But she is she's a PhD, if I remember right. She actually has a degree in some sort of, like, in sarcasm, some sort of writing. I'm not probably explaining this correctly, but yeah, if you're at that level of writing and communicating and intelligence, sarcasm can be extremely, extremely funny. But
Yeah.
that's difficult to
It's
do
tricky.
for,
Again,
yeah,
it's tricky because we're
yeah.
not all comedy writers.
Here's one I had to look up. I don't know if you go all meta. What does that mean? I had to look that up. So apparently it's pathologizing, or making fun of stuff, or criticizing, or complaining. But what she was saying here is that she complains about the hey messages, about how men on dating apps text endlessly, and not ask women out, but like the hey messages, that I do want to bring that up, because that to me, that was really annoying. That just the simple hey, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a point
Low
for
effort.
men.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, you could say more than that.
You got to say more than that. Okay, but I'm also going to put myself in the shoes of a guy's shoes for a second and know how it must feel to send out all of these messages, messages, messages. Like it can get probably tiresome and frustrating and discouraging. And yeah, there comes a point where all you want to say is, hey, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure, right? Because why put in the effort anymore? All of these messages are going unresponded to. It's discouraging. But with that said, don't look hardened and bitter. Like even if you are, even if who isn't at some point, you've been online for so long, try really hard to keep a smile in your
Mm-hmm.
voice.
Yeah, you brought up a really good point. As at least they reached out, and hey, maybe that's all they had in them right now, because they have been jaded so many times. So yeah, that is a good point. Although I have to say, somebody who did take the time to look at my profile and just write something where I know they read it, and
Yes,
not just hey, they can go, hey Silka, I
yes,
really like
yes,
this. It's not the
correct.
word hey, it's the single word hey.
No, just a little tiny effort. Show the person you've read, you've
Yeah,
at least taken some time to, get to know this person a little bit. And then that's
right.
how you do it. Take a line or a sentence or a word that was already used in the profile and say, hi, I see that, you enjoy blah, blah, blah. And the person will go, oh, he's paying attention or she's paying attention.
Yeah.
A little acknowledgement that yes, I've seen you. I know what you do and who you are a little bit, and here's how I'm going to connect with you on that.
this was interesting too, the way she put this. The next scare tactic is you neg men. It's an interesting word to use. She said that the meanest part of this profile is when she wrote a 55-year-old man who wants kids someday.
Yeah.
And she said, you just don't have a right to tell, while that's really annoying if a man writes that, and I agree with that,
Hmm.
you don't have the right to tell anybody what they want and what they don't want. I mean, especially up front in your profile.
Yeah, it's kind of like making fun of someone.
Yes.
It's not nice. Don't just, if even if you aren't looking for the same things, for God's sakes,
Yeah, that you can
don't
explain.
shame. It's shaming. It's really
Yes,
shaming someone,
it,
which
it is
I don't
shaming.
dig.
And what's the purpose? I mean, if you come across a profile where a man has written that, well, you just obviously you wouldn't contact them, or if
Right.
they contact you, you just whatever, or just ignore it at this point. But putting it on your profile, it does. It comes across as mean, that you're just a mean,
Yeah,
mean spirited person.
it's very prejudgy. It's preemptively bitchy and judgy. I mean, can you imagine if a guy wrote on his thing, no women who want to get married, no women, I don't want
Yeah,
any women to even think about even living with me.
yeah.
And not, I mean, the way to go, way to
Mhm.
turn off a bunch of people. Okay, pal,
Mhm.
you got it.
Yeah.
Moving on, swipe left.
Although, just to make sure it's not misunderstood, I think men shouldn't put that out there. You may want to not write that, because it is a little annoying, because basically what you're saying is you might as well put, I want a younger woman. So
Right.
it's not a good thing, but you also, as a woman, don't put that on your profile, that's what you
No,
don't
it
want.
makes you look like a dick.
Yeah, it did exactly.
Yeah.
And okay, here's the last one here. You're too damn serious. I mean, what she did in saying, I don't want any party boys, no matter what. Okay, so fine. You're grown up. You have your life together. You're sort of insinuating somebody else may not. That you're the adult here.
All of the things we've just said, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
frustrating, it's discouraging, it's shaming, it's how you be honest, how honest, should I be funny, how funny? It's a mind, and it really, you got, I said this when we were together, to not overthink. And if you're not sure, show your bio, show your profile to someone who's
Mm-hmm.
like a good objective opinion, because they'll tell
Yeah.
you, like a friend, okay, take this out or put this in. It's not the end of the world. It's not do or die. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
dating profile,
Yeah.
people.
She brings up one more point in here that it just cracked me up. She says here, there's nothing wrong with any man who writes in his dating profile that he is living his life to the fullest, other than that it sounds ridiculously cliche. That's my tagline: living your life to the fullest after 50. So I
Yeah.
had to laugh at that. But she goes on to say, what they're most likely saying is that they are happy and looking for the same.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
It can't be
yeah.
too harsh on people. Again, it's there's so much room for judgment and
Yeah.
nitpicking and fault finding. It can't be that. It just can't. It shouldn't be that. So everybody needs to just take a breath, relax, write what you feel, and be careful of the ways that we can
Mhm.
inadvertently shame or make people feel bad or be judgy,
Yeah.
and then you're going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She writes here too that, she doesn't know, this woman that she found on TikTok, is that, being bitchy is badass. And hopefully that's not a trend that's
It's
going.
so no, I hope that goes away.
Yeah.
I
It's,
mean,
it's
unless you're a
horrible.
guy who just loves a ball breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I
Well, there's
can't
one
see.
thing with ball breaking one on one when you like someone, and it's more sarcastic when it's
Yeah.
appropriately done. But this kind of stuff, I don't know. It's just a
No,
big turn
no,
off.
no.
Well, anything else you want to add on this,
Yes,
Treva?
I do.
Go,
Thank you
go.
for asking, because I've been waiting to read something to you
Okay.
all segment long. I happened just to coincidentally read an article on in the New York Times about dating over 60. I think it was online dating over 60. And
Okay.
I love the comment section.
Mhm.
You know me in a comment section. Love it. I just love hearing what people have to say. Okay.
Yeah.
And I got to read this. This is from some guy. One piece of advice I'll give to women, and you see this often. Don't waste time telling us you're looking for, quote, personal growth and self-awareness. Red flag words for me, ladies. What that tells me is you'll never be satisfied and always be moving the goalposts in your self-anointed grading system that no
Mhm.
man can keep track of. What person isn't self-aware or able to grow? Do any men actually make this request on their profiles for women? What I also find out are women who post this tend to be of the self-righteous, arrogant sort who feel they have it all figured out and don't
Mhm.
need to do any growing themselves. You grow and learn after each date. Most of my dating experiences have been positive, and I'll keep trying. At
Yeah.
worst, you get out of the house and have a nice meal and conversation. I really have no other option, and if I stay single forever, that's okay too.
Mhm. No, that's a great point. And actually I think that applies to both. I think men do write that on their profile. But what I don't like about that, I'm all for growing and, working on yourself and all that, but don't boast. I mean, just do it. That's something that you do. You don't tell others that,
Yes.
here's how I'm doing. That's why I'm so good. And that's what I expect of you. You do it. I think
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
part of it. That
Yes.
that those are my closing words. Treva, what about you?
To that point, I would say, if you are spiritually enlightened or self-illuminated or examined, and you
Yeah.
have done the work, here's how you say it. I have a yoga practice or a
Mm-hmm.
meditation practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the article. I thought this because it just so simply encapsulated what not to do and what to do, if you really read into it. So hopefully our viewers enjoyed this as well.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
as usual, Treva, I will link to all of your information to your book right there, Done Being
Thank you.
Single. And of course, your website. If you want to get in touch with Treva directly, want to talk about
Yes.
this some more, need a good dating coach, Treva's the best.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So, Treva, thank you again. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you again soon
Oh, you
on
will.
Second Act
Oh, you
TV.
will. Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I love you all. Thank you.